Hi, I'm Don Bodan. I'm very excited. Today, I'm going to go through something a little different here. This is what we're launching as SLR workshops. This particular video is going to be about sonic branding. So one of the reasons I'm putting this together is we're currently doing the Sound Iron Bumper Scoring Challenge, where you can score music to this particular video bumper that we've gotten from Sound Iron to win prizes. I'll link to that info in the description below. Now, if you're not familiar, a bumper is a bit like an invitation, an opening, a transition from one state of mind to another. A bumper can open the door and begin to elevate the mood or impress a mood and add some excitement. Now, historically, bumpers were used in radio broadcasting. They're used to transition from one segment to the next or to transition to a commercial announcement. Creating music or sound design for a bumper is typically called sonic branding or audio branding, and that all kind of contributes to the company's identity. It's all this sounds that play and that's associated with a visual marker, logo, or animation. And nowadays, they're often synonymous. A lot of words are used like audio logo, sonic logos, mnemonics, audio mnemonics. Sometimes the word jingle is used, and audio signatures. It's a little bit of music that gives more dimension to a brand. The music or sound design in a bumper or an audio brand communicate a feeling with usually a simple melody, chord, or texture. Just because audio branding, typically you need to deliver just a few seconds of a finished sound design or music, doesn't mean it comes without its own challenges. One of the most famous audio logos of all time here was created by composer Brian Eno. In an interview, Brian stated he received a creative brief with a list of 150 adjectives, saying Microsoft was looking for something inspiring, optimistic, futuristic, sentimental, emotional, and at the end it said, and it must be 3 1/4 seconds long. Now, Eno went on to create 84 miniature pieces of music to pitch for the audio logo, and it's since been played billions of times. Now, there's only really two rules of sonic branding. First, it has to be memorable. These days, every time you start up an app, you'll hear that same audio signal over and over again. So you almost need to think of it being memorable like a hook, because it will be repeated and heard so often by your listener. The second rule is that it needs to be unique. You're not going to be able to get away with just using a one note on a sample pack that you think sounds cool. Not only would that be ununique, but it also wouldn't be able to be protected as unique for your clients you're working for. For instance, anybody else who owned that sample pack could then be recreating that exact sample, and you'd have a lot of copycat-like sound designs. Your clients would be very unhappy. When it comes to being creative with sonic branding, the length of audio you might need to deliver is limited, but the sky is the limit as far as being creative. Prep and execution for this type of work can take quite a bit of time, and if you're going to be turning in 84 versions like Brian Eno, you're going to have a considerable amount of time that you're actually working something up to get to a point where maybe you're finding some gems in there. Licensing and production fees can be just as big for this type of work as working on something that a brand would use over and over again, like for a score or a commercial or an underscore. And as my friend Brian Ewan, the CEO over at Harmony Music Libraries, said while we were chatting about this, even though it's only a few seconds of audio, it's usually going to be the same amount of paperwork. So this has just been part 1 of the Sonic Branding 101 series here. Be sure to check the link below. It'll take you over to part 2, in which I do walk through an entire process of scoring the sound iron bumper, telling you a little bit about my thoughts and the concepts before I start to dig in to create it, as well as sticking to those 2 important rules of making it memorable and unique. Be sure to include a link over to the sound iron bumper scoring challenge page. You'll be able to download and enter to win 1 or 2 of Sound Iron's contact player instruments. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to head to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news, reviews, and deals.